Wahoo! Anyway, here's our last game of the stream, Demolition Girl. I've already brought this up while I was playing Street Boys, but this Christmas I actually managed to get the game in my possession. Hi Valdemar, glad to see you could show up for the main attraction. Probably the most expensive budget game on our list for £6. Keeping in mind, Buster Block, Eternal Quest, and Maze Action, which I've all played earlier, were 50p, £1, and £2.50 respectively. But yeah, our main attraction before I go out for lunch will be Demolition Girl. Which Persona 5 totally stole the whole menu vibe from. Basically, remember Street Boys? Well, this is that team of developers attempt at a flight simulator with an Attack of the 50-Foot Woman based premise. So let's go ahead and start a new story for like the 100th time. This slideshow, by the way, in the Japanese version it was like all FMV, but for whatever reason, this team of localizers, they decided to feel the need to make it just a generic lame slideshow. Of course, the general story remains untouched, but I don't get why they do this. But anyway, the main gist of it is that our star Rio Futaba finds this jellyfish-like alien, gets touched by it, falls unconscious, and grows like 50 feet in size. Well, 50 feet in size. So we get our mission briefing and basically being told what we have to do, collect information on all of Riho's basic. I can't even speak. Also, we have special arms, which I do intend to show off like all 5 of these. I can't even speak. But before we can go into action, we have an eerily quiet news report. It's as if a voiceover was supposed to be here, but it was cut by our lucky team of localizers. I like how for now they just call a giant girl. You'll never guess what our first job is for this mission. Yep, we've definitely got our priorities straight there. Breasts first. That is Riho's voice, by the way. Are you terrified by it? 'Cause I sure am. Like I said, we definitely got our priorities straight. But yeah, L2 will launch our special arms. Ah, that didn't stop her. And the cake went away already. But yeah, this game for the most part is pretty much just Japan being their usual selves. Don't ask how I can still scam things from her back. Anyway, let's see the pepper in action. As expected, it makes her sneeze. Also, I'm pretty sure that's not where the hips are. And finally the speakers. Which really all that does is just change the background music. And finally we have to scan ahead. I don't know what kind of data you would really get from scanning multiple parts of a giant's body. I mean, honestly, it might as well be. Considering the subject matter that this game in fact involves around. Anyway, we're not gonna save because I've already beaten this story mode like multiple times. It's not really a long game anyway. There's only like 6 chapters. So anyway, chapter 2 is basically the same thing as before, only now we basically have to put Riho to sleep. Again, best news report in the world. All text and no voice. The other 0.1% chance says that she is in fact not Rio Vitaba. I mean, it's not like we can use our missiles for this particular stage. I mean, heck, we can shoot her as many times as we want and she still doesn't care. Shoot her! Shoot her! So basically, the zones that we have to shoot Rio in will change every 30 seconds or so, and we basically have to keep shooting her with these tranks until this meter you see in the bottom left completely fills up. Again, setting our priorities straight with exactly where we need to shoot her. Here's the ball. That apparently didn't do anything. And the pince-nez glasses, which looks completely different from what it's actually named. But that's basically all the special arms were given for missions 1 and 2. Well, at least we're being a little sensible now and trying to shoot her in her kneecaps. Yeah, now we're not. Come on, turn around. You know you want to. As confused as you are, I really would appreciate it if you just behave. Anyway, that's basically it. We've shot Rio enough times that we've managed to trank her to sleep. And that house didn't get destroyed in the progress. I want my £6 back. Well, I wouldn't say a little something, just a giant something. I think just this once I'll just show off the laser gun. And we have another silent news report. I like how the screen was pretty much shaking there. Hurrah for Demolition Guild for being too much for the PlayStation 2 to handle. The helicopter. I have no idea why when it was in fact rated 12 in Japan. I guess Europe's just more hardcore that way. But yeah, seeing as how our vision was obviously rated 3+, I can only imagine how little Billy would pretty much try to explain what was going on. And the laser gun is pretty much worthless. This is really the only safe strategy I really thought of. Just circle these just get in a loop-de-loop and shoot the aliens whenever all 4 missiles come back. Also, looking at where Rio is and causes a lot of slowdown for some reason. Hey little Billy, what are you playing? Oh, nothing Mom, just some Demolition Girl. What's a Demolition Girl? I can only imagine that's how it would go. Even Street Boys made more sense with its rating. And that game was throwing profanity around for crazy. Profanity around like crazy. I mean, the series this game is a part of is sort of a guilty pleasure of mine, in all honesty. Like, but honestly, out of the 3 games I played earlier, only one of them was good, and that was really any good, and that was Buster Block, which was a fairly decent Breakout clone with hardly any music, but still. And when you think about it, was it really really a waste? Because like I knew what I was getting. Granted, I didn't throw like 2,000 yen at these developers, but still. But yeah, for the start of the second half of the game, Riho is basically being mind controlled by the thing that made her big in the first place. Also, I like to call this mission Lag City because getting up close to Riho causes so much slowdown. I'm pretty sure they attached themselves to her head, not her neck. Tell me about it. But basically, the only reliable strategy I've relied on for beating this boss is to just strafe around it like all the time. Whoa! I'm surprised I caused that much damage. Like when I'm normally playing this, that doesn't happen. Also, coming into contact with Riho at this point is basically instant death. Well, it's not really, but it sure feels like it with how much damage she causes per second. Also, if I try to move away from her, I have to get back to where she is within like 10 seconds, or I automatically fail the mission. Yeah, see? Also, I just noticed that the failure message says, your vehicle is out of control, run away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would be very tricky to run away from an exploding helicopter. I'm just saying. Alright, now let's not die when we're so close to getting this thing off her head. I just realized I haven't been firing my machine gun like at all. Some expert I am. I can only imagine how long that was with all the slowdown, if that actually took like 74 hours for like in-game time. Did I really just say 74 hours? I meant seconds. Anyway, here's city defense. I can basically just sum this stage up as wait for time to run out, the mission. Also, for some reason, Riho's jiggle physics for this particular stage have been ramped up to like 9,000 or something. Also, you want to know a funny thing about the European cover art in particular? The game pretty much sets place in Tokyo, but if you look closely, you can see the Space Needle on the cover art we have. So we'll pretty much just immediately waste our free bowls to make the most time out of it, and that second one was stupidly early, but Really, all you've got to do is just keep shooting Riho to slow her down. Whatever you said. I don't speak weeb. But yeah, I've noticed a particular cycle with when you shoot her. Whenever you see her stagger like 2 times, she'll often throw a car or building at you. Also, my advice for this particular stage: never move off the dividers or the divider. So this is basically all we're going to be doing for this mission until the time we have runs out. Basically, if Riho makes it too far, we fail. I often get so bored with this get so bored with this mission, but I didn't even see that car. Oh no, Riho has broken through the first line of defense already, even though we're halfway done with the mission. You know, I said sometimes Riho will throw buildings at you, and I don't think she's done that once yet. It's just been cars only. You know what? I could literally just look to the sky right now. Like Riho has no chance of making it to the end in time. And focus on the few cars I have in front of me right now, I guess. And that's city defense. Anyway, we now find ourselves at the final chapter. This description, by the way, it's a complete lie. You're supposed to shrink Riho first and then fight the alien at the top. Also, when you consider that the first half of the game took place in day and we're now at night, they've somehow already made an antidote to shrink Riho Futaba in one day. I still can't get over how fast they managed to create an antidote for her. Like, I bet normally it would take like weeks to make something like that. But anyway, this stage on hard, it's painful. Mainly because strafing can't be enough to save you from the alien's missiles sometimes. But anyway, we need to shoot Riho with the antidote about 5 times before we go up to fight the alien. Yeah, strafing is just not enough to save you from those missiles because you can still get hit. I don't know how she's still got a strong grip on that building if she's still being shrunken. Anyway, now that we've shrunk Riho, it's final boss time. But yeah, that final boss is pathetically easy on easy and normal. But trust me, on hard, he is brutal. Especially when you're trying to shrink Riho. But yeah, that concludes Demolition Girl for the PS2. Admittedly, I kind of feel the same way about this as I do with Street Boys. It's basically a guilty pleasure which is plagued by a lot of problems considering, you know, it's a budget game, but you know, I feel like it's wacky premise and it is more than enough to make up for the controls, which you have to spend a lot of time getting used to at first. Well, the fact that I've also never really been a big fan of flight simulators doesn't really help either. And here's your obligatory Marvel Cinematic Universe ending, the post-credit scene. It didn't. Oh no. The quick development of the antidote, which, oh excuse me, the and I don't, that no one apparently wants to question. Again, not going to save my data because I've technically 100%ed this game, regrettably. But basically, they give you all sorts of quests to do, and you normally get sort of this. You normally get the same sort of generic stuff like, beat this stage on normal, beat this on easy, beat this on hard, beat this without taking this amount of damage, beat it within a time limit. Basically, don't use certain items, get B ranks. Don't use items at all. But anyway, what's your reward for beating all those quests? A bonus stage where Riho is basically twice as fast and can basically destroy you. Similar to that of the fight with the alien in Mission 4. Also, for whatever reason, even though you're supposedly shrinking her, her hitbox still remains the same, so you can get hit for seemingly no reason at all. But yeah, let's see if I can beat this again. I mean, I really don't have to, it's a bonus, but... Can't really say I've 100%ed the game until I've done the bonus stage, haven't I? Can't I? Also, before says thank you for playing or something like that. Only one of them hit. Nice. And now that officially concludes Demolition Girl for the PlayStation 2. I think I'll actually take it upon myself to actually save now, even though I've been there and done that.